Hey, what's going on YouTube? So I'm doing a wish list video for a Nazi zombie standalone game. But this wish list is going to be different from what people do on YouTube because, man, I've watched some of these wish list videos and some of these guys, man, they're fucking retarded. Plain and simple. I mean, some of these wish list videos are like, they need to bring the Pack-a-Punch back. Like, really? Why is that a wish list item? You know, it's not like it's not going to come back. I mean, it's possible, but very, very, very unlikely. So, I don't know. Here's mine. So far, I've only got 2 things that I can think of, but they're very complex. It's not just like, oh, I want this. It's something that is very complex. It's got many, many different levels and different takes and that sort of thing. So, getting right into it, basically, the first one of the 2 is it has to be set in World War II. The reason for this is because World at War was World War II, and it had Nazi zombies. Keyword, Nazi. Now, in real life, the Nazis were crazy. I mean, these guys were experimenting on Jews. They were doing some crazy fucking shit. I mean, plain and simple, these guys were crazy. I mean, they had jets before anyone else. That's not mainstream history, but it's a fact. I mean, not every American or person on the planet knows it, but it's a fact. They were developing rockets and that sort of stuff before people of America could have even dreamed of having such a weapon. In fact, in my personal belief, I believe that the Germans were indeed constructing V-2 rockets with the capabilities of basically nuking America. I do believe they were starting to build nukes, which is why Albert Einstein basically said, you know, hey, I need to go warn the Americans. I mean, Hitler's fucking crazy. Fuck him. And of course he did, and America started building nuclear bombs and stuff like that, or atom bombs rather. Believe it or not, the city that I live in, Waxahachie, you guys can look this up. It was going to be a test site for a atom collider, and it was scrapped. You know, I think they maybe got 1/4 of the way done with actually building the facility. You know, the above ground buildings, but the actual tunnel itself, where they were going to collide 2 atoms, was basically 1/4 done, and you know, there was a lot of stuff with that. But basically, it was a precursor to what would become the Manhattan Project. Basically, the city that I live in was going to eventually become an atom bomb. Now, not test site, but, you know, it would have aided in the research to build the atom bomb. But it never happened, and so it's pretty crazy. And it's kind of a myth around my city that you can still actually find the basically half-built tunnels. People know where the buildings are, so I can't imagine that the tunnels themselves are that far away, but I'm sure the government probably by now would have caved them in on purpose, so just to keep it out of civilian hands as well as the internet. So anyways, World War II, of course, historical, that sort of thing. The whole atmosphere of World War II is definitely a lot better. World War II was a era for, you know, awesome weapons, awesome firepower, and that sort of thing. And, you know, to me, it's one of those things that, if done right, and you've got weapons that are added and taken out even and redone, and just I just see it being absolutely awesome. I mean, how can it go wrong with that point of view? I mean, for instance, if you've played World at War, the the guns sound a little odd. I mean, they kind of sound a little too high-pitched, I guess is a better way to put it. So, can you imagine a Activision company actually doing work and recording real-life war sounds from the weapons and grenades going off and that sort of thing? I think that would be awesome. To hear an actual MG42 just cutting zombies in half, you know, that to me would be pretty awesome. But once again, it's one of those things that they've got to work to do it. So, without the effort, you know, you can pretty much kiss that idea goodbye. So new weapons, you know, World War II, historical sites, buildings, places, and of course, all of that needs to tie in with the zombie storyline. Or the whole zombies. Like, they can rationalize, for instance, like if they wanted to say that the Manhattan Project was actually created not to nuke Japan, but in this alternate reality, it was created to basically kill off zombies. It uses an element, we'll say like element 19 or 109, okay? And it's like the opposite of what 115 would do. So it basically destroys the zombies, and it could be a biological nuclear warhead, so it's not going to blow down any buildings or anything like that. You see what I'm saying? They could tie in a lot of weird, crazy shit with that. So, and of course, people that, you know, specialized in biological weapons, the Germans, aka the Nazis. Hence the reason, Nazi zombies. Gas crawlers, they can come back too. That should be my third one, gas crawlers. The reason why I want those things to come back is because, once again, they could. I don't think Treyarch will come out and say this, but when everyone else was saying they're monkeys, I knew exactly what they were. Exactly what they were. Because I played the campaign before I played zombies and multiplayer for Black Ops 1. They're Jews. Plain and simple. The gas crawlers are Jews. How many zombie-type creatures do you know were obviously killed by gas, are extremely skinny, and have, like, shredded shorts? Probably not many. Now, how many Jews do you know that were killed by gas? Well, you might not know any, but you see what I'm getting at? It's right in front of your face, man. So that could be a nice little addition to the game. And I know that's really kind of sick because, like I said, Treyarch isn't going to come out and say that they're Jews, and I don't think they ever will. But that's what they are. Okay, that they can't be anything else. I mean, what else are they going to be? They don't look like normal zombies, and they're gas crawlers, and I don't know. It's just, to me, they're Jews. Okay? I don't know. Really crazy. But the second wishlist item is Treyarch and Activision basically need to apologize for the crap that they did with Blops 1 and 2 as far as the storyline. I think that they need to come out and say, okay, we're giving you guys a standalone game. So the first DLC will be free, and a lot of decisions were made with, you know, Blops 1 and 2 that should not have been made. So, like I said, the first DLC will be free, and the entire storyline will be rewritten from after the events of World at War. So, the Darius, Shinonuma, Varut, and Noctur and Toten are still a part of the storyline, but basically they're saying that Blops 1 and 2 are now just not a part of the storyline. They can still include them as canon for an alternate reality storyline. I think that's the best way to go about it. So they could basically redo everything, do everything the right way without having too much crap thrown at them. And, you know, in my opinion, that's the way they need to go. Because it's like, hey guys, we fucked up. We're telling the truth, you know, we fucked up. We're sorry. So we're going to give the first DLC for everybody. It's going to be free. We're going back to World War II. It's going to be awesome. We're going to make it creepy. It's going to be scary as fuck. And, of course, the third wish list item was... Actually, I have to include that into the first one because Jews are a part of World War II. So, gas crawlers and that sort of thing. But, I don't know, man. The third wish list item... I was actually only going to do 2, but I thought of a third one. This will be the last one for this video. Is that they need to take their time. This game needs to be in development for at least 2.5 years. The only reason why I'm saying 2.5 years is because, let's say they started developing it to today. Okay? So it's 2013, so in 14, 15, basically halfway through 2015, I believe, is the right way to go. Or actually towards the end of 2015, because we're basically halfway through this year, so you'd have the rest of 2013, all the way through 14, then all the way through 15, that's 2.5 years. So we could release November or whatever, few days before my birthday, like Call of Duty always does. You know, they could come out with a game that's polished, it's done. Like, I mean, if they got the game done within a year, keep working on it. You see what I'm saying? I know developing companies that get done with games that aren't supposed to get released for another year, but they're already done with them. And I can't think of any off the top of my head. And they're just like, okay, well, time to rest and party and not even go to work. No, keep working on the game. Work out all the kinks. And, you know, if you need to change something, change it. You know, make it look a little bit more realistic. Do whatever it takes. I don't know, man. That's what I would do. But, long story short, that's basically it. I mean, World War II, apologize to your fans and give us some free content for once, and just say that you're going to redo the storyline, tell the truth, be honest, and the third thing is take your time. Now, really quick, I'm gonna do what other people do. Pack-a-Punch needs to be in there. Zombies need to be in there. We need weapons. We need perks. We need to have a character. I need to use an Xbox controller. That's my wish list. Okay. So, obviously, mine was probably a little bit shorter than other people's. But I think mine was probably going to be a little bit more insightful, a little bit more thought out. But I don't know. I might do a map wish list. You know, places that I would want a Nazi zombie map. Keyword Nazi zombie. I'm not going to do any of this zombies bullshit. Like, let's have a map at Atlantis. Really? Atlantis? I don't know. Okay, so that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. You guys can like, favorite, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. This is YouTube. That should be mandatory. I don't know, do something crazy. So you guys have to like the video or something. I don't know. I will talk to you guys in my next video. Like I said, I'm probably going to do a map wish list. You know, maybe my top 4, which will be the DLCs for this standalone game. So you can consider it a part 2, if you will. I think that's probably a better way of going about wording it. Part 2 to this video. But, yeah. So, like, favorite, comment, subscribe to this channel because it's awesome. And I will talk to you guys fucking later.